What's up, everybody? Welcome to Observe and Proceed, where I observe and proceed to react. And man, has there been a grip of police chases around the LA area. It's been like multiple a day, every day. I'm telling you, the summer has fried people over here. I mean, all over the world, but especially over here, because there's at least 4 or 5 chases a day. There's probably a couple going on right now. This one just happened. A pursuit of a human trafficking suspect ended in a crash. They're not going to show us the whole chase. They're just going to show us the aftermath. And then I have another chase to get to with a Mercedes that was driving reckless. Bikes followed it. It was pretty wild. We're going to get into all that. But first off, I want to thank all my subscribers and everyone who's been liking the video. I highly appreciate you. You could do that for me real quick. Appreciate you as well. And oh yeah, I mean, I don't know if you noticed, but yeah, I cut my hair. Feel great. Anyway, yeah, let's see what happened today with this human trafficking.
Now to breaking
suspect.
news in South LA. A pursuit of a human trafficking suspect has ended in a crash on the 105 freeway.
Gil Levis overhead in Sky 5 with details. Gil.
Well, John and Sam, this was a very short pursuit. It started at 3:40 this afternoon of that human trafficking suspect by the LAPD. It ended up here with the car on its side against the center divider. Now, LAPD started this pursuit, and as it ended here, they weren't able to access the driver. They weren't sure if that driver was armed or not, so they're in a posture where it's more like a standoff at this point. I can tell you that the LA City Fire Department is on scene here, or fire department's on scene on the freeway. They have shut down the eastbound 105 freeway here right about San Pedro, and the backup extends all the way past the 110 freeway. In fact, the 110 freeway is also impacted. I'll show you that traffic real quick here. North and southbound side of the 110 freeway is impacted, as well as the 105 freeway. But as I zoom in here, I'll get another tight shot and a tight look at the scene here. The suspect is moving around inside the vehicle, and LAPD is trying to access to see if the driver does have a weapon or not. But at this point, it is a standoff, and the fire department is waiting to get in there to treat that suspect. That's the latest overhead up in Sky 5. I'll send it back to you in the studio.
And Gil, is there any indication that the driver could be injured?
What do you think, buddy?
Yeah, there's indications that the driver may be injured, although I did see the driver look like moving around in the car. It looked like maybe through the passenger front side of that car. Hard to tell here. Let me come in as tight as I can get there. That's as tight as I can get, but you can see LAPD officers there at the front of the car, and the person in the car is basically pinned in there against that center divider. The side window there you can see is still intact, so it's unclear how they're going to proceed at this point.
Trafficking suspect. So anyone
due to airspace here, but you can see the backup here is continuing.
Let's see.
And tonight with breaking news in South LA, where a pursuit of a human trafficking suspect ended in a crash on the 105 freeway.
That suspect is now in custody. Traffic on the freeway still backed up right during the evening commute. Gil Levis in Sky 5 over the scene. Gil.
Well, Micah and Lindsay, this pursuit started at about 3:40 this afternoon. We captured just a short time ago. Team together to move in and were able to upright the vehicle. That's when the next video comes in, where the suspect was in the car still, and LAPD got a team together
still in the car
to move
while they
in
did that?
and make the arrest on that suspect. There was no incident with the suspect. They were able to pull that suspect out. He was helped by 2 officers over to the paramedics. It appeared that the driver was able to walk somewhat on his own, and it was transported over to the paramedics, who have now taken him to the hospital. This scene is over now, but the remains of the traffic backup still are in effect. They did open 2 lanes just about 5 or 6 minutes ago.
Crazy. Anyway, let's get to this main chase I had. It went on for a minute the other day.
That's right. Mike Rogers at the desk.
One of the many chases that's been happening all week.
This is actually initiated by LAPD Transit Division officers. Those are the ones that patrol the metro. So it's unclear what involvement they had, why they initiated this, if this something they came upon, if it was part of an investigation involving the metro. All of that's unclear. It's that white SUV that you see is obviously driving like it's being chased by the Los Angeles Police Department.
Like it's being chased, buddy. It's being chased.
Having a gun. We believe that there is more than one person in here. We are transitioning now from the 101 to the southbound side of the 405. He had gone eastbound on the 101, got off, did some surface street movements, westbound 101, as we see him coming out now, right there on the left side of your screen, right above the live bug. That is our suspect vehicle there that is being chased by the LAPD. Again, these were transit division officers that initiated this pursuit. Obviously then got the help of North Hollywood Patrol Division as well, but it's unclear why transit wanted it, but that obviously then got the help of North Hollywood Patrol Division as well, but it's unclear why transit wanted it, but that patrol car right behind it is from transit division. So they are still with this. They are chasing us now southbound on the 405 freeway as we approach a very busy rush hour on both of LA's busiest freeways, the 101 and the 405.
There's no question about that. So right now, CHP is not involved in this chase.
Okay, they're actually
Not
right
yet.
behind them. This is a first.
Talk about it. We had been on and off the freeway, so I know that they are now discussing getting CHP involved in this. We're switching over to their West LA office now, so we'll see if they do that and ask CHP to take this over. They had talked about wanting to go into tracking mode.
That minivan is keeping up with the cops.
Case. At that point, the airship said they didn't want to do that. They were concerned about airspace issues, so they kept with it. This has not been in tracking mode. This has been full-blown pursuit.
Now, Mike, I know you've been listening to police radios right when this got started here.
Look how empty that freeway is. Wow, I've never seen the 405
So the transit division officers,
they cut it off or something?
Division,
No,
they're
they
the ones that patrol metro stations.
Never
the
seen
trains,
it that
the buses,
empty.
things like that. Now we know we've talked about this. Metro is of course
crazy how it
onboarding
just
their
clears
own
out
police
during
department
these
that will
chases.
soon phase
During
out.
rush hour
But for
traffic.
the moment, LAPD still handles it within the city of LA. That is the officers that initiated the chase. Now, why they initiated the chase, why it's transit division specifically, this may have been a case where a transit officer just to the valley, but still, the 405 at this time, both sides are usually a mess. Definitely picking up speed now as
they just cleared path for him.
He's got some more of that
doesn't make
open
any
road.
sense.
Well, he's certainly staying to the, I almost want to say the carpool lane.
Yeah.
Well, they're doing some, was that a construction?
Yeah, there has been a bit of
Pat,
construction on the southbound side of the 405. So
What's the
we
cameraman
just went
doing?
through Skirball, then we'll be, our next
come on,
big.
man.
I'm just listening to some.
I'm hearing
Yeah,
something
Oh.
to jump in, huh?
Now he's pushing it.
Yeah, they are asking CHP to get involved in this. For now, LAPD is going to stay with it, but they are trying to figure out if CHP is going to be able to take this over.
Yeah, because the more he weaves in and out of traffic, that's he's putting other drivers at risk too.
Oh, certainly. Yeah, and it takes one. All it takes is one driver to try to correct for his movements to end up creating a really bad collision here. So obviously that is not what anybody wants here. So hopefully this just stops and this guy ends up giving up. And again, we believe that there is at least 2 people in here.
Yeah, and just past Wilshire, it looks like, Mike. So he should be hitting heavier traffic by this point.
Yeah, he should be, especially
I do not understand how the 405 is this empty in the middle of rush hour. Like, I've never seen this.
Yeah, I mean, we'll be getting to the 10 soon. See what he does if he goes either way.
Santa Monica.
So the 10 should be coming up here, just past Olympic.
And Pico, yeah.
Yeah, passing the VA on the west side, UCLA
Oh,
is a little bit
almost
further
hit that
over to the east
van
there,
right
a little
there.
bit from this. But yeah, I mean, really just kind of flying down the freeway here. Just looking at some of the speeds here. We're about probably 80 to 90 miles an hour at this point. And at this point, not stopping, obviously, at all. This is a newer model car. Again, to your point, Pat, earlier, we didn't hear anything about the car being stolen at all. So in theory, they know who this person is. And again, this was transit division officers that started this pursuit. So whether or not they were following up on an airspace
Okay,
area.
now
so
he hits some
obviously
traffic.
stick with it as
Now
long
what
as
are you gonna
can.
do,
This is
buddy?
a different
Crash
one. We're
into
obviously
cars?
much closer to the terminals. So, hopefully the airship will be able to cross over the top of the terminals. We won't be able to, but
Found a way,
hopefully they'll be able
They're
to
moving
ask,
out for him.
air traffic control at LAX to do that. If that's
You
if this
should, though.
person
I wouldn't want to get
stays on the
clipped by this
405,
guy.
Obviously, there's a ton of exits in between,
Nah.
that.
Well, there's the 90, there's the 105 if he keeps going as well, right?
Yeah, he can get off the 90, head over towards Marina Del Rey type area.
Yeah.
Is he getting ready to do something here?
What's he getting ready to
You
do,
see him
lady?
go in and out, but he's staying
Still
on
doing the same thing.
shoulder for a little bit here. Maybe he is going to try to take another
exit.
He
an
may want to
exit.
get out now, Pat, because, I mean, he got very lucky even with that heavier traffic that he was able to keep going, but his luck may run out soon. Let's see what happens.
And is CHP right behind him, Mike? Or, we haven't
Yeah, LA
seen a shot.
Yeah, LAPD's still back there. I mean, they're certainly, there they are, right on the shoulder, right with
Wow.
them. So, and that's going to be the thing too. If this guy gets off, we know how CHP, if they're not already in it and it's on surface streets, they don't love to get involved if it's on surface streets. So we'll see if they're going to be able to get in position to take it over from the LAPD prior to whatever move this guy makes. I mean, he's been on the freeway now for a pretty consistent amount of time, and I know.
See, but this is how the freeway usually looks. So I was amazed he had all that clear path for a long time. Especially the 405,
two suspects
bro.
last seen wearing black ski masks.
Look at that car.
Look at that, how quickly that car swerved to get out of the way.
Man.
Yeah, and see, that's what I'm talking about, is you have one
no one
driver
wants to
that
get
tries
clipped.
to adjust for this person, and if they adjust the wrong way, you're going to create a really bad crash. So, yeah, LAPD just put out that information. There's 2 suspects in the car. Oof. 2 suspects in the car, last seen wearing ski masks. Look at that. Oh, it looked like he almost wanted to take the risk and try to get off there.
Yeah, at Washington Boulevard there.
Yeah.
They would come up on the, he's coming up on the 90 freeway if he stays, which it looks like.
I mean, it looks like he's headed towards LAX.
Make an exit here.
Yeah, I mean, no matter where he goes, Pat, it's going to be tough for him. I mean, every surface streets are going to be jammed right now at this time of day. The 405 is not going to be good either. So, I mean, he doesn't have a ton of options to try to, avoid this and get away. But look, I mean, here we are. Is he taking this exit? Mm-hmm. Look at so off at Washington now.
And that's still pretty crowded.
And that's still pretty crowded,
at this time of day.
And that's because
Boulevard.
If he goes to like the northeast, he's going to go.
The whole
into Culver
city's
City.
crowded at this time of day.
And then obviously if he goes west, he's headed towards like Venice. So we'll see
Look at that.
kind of which direction he makes.
Oh.
But yeah, look at Pat. I mean, just as you said, this is not a good area either. I mean, look at
Dang,
all
right
of
into
this traffic as he goes through that intersection.
Yeah, and even some businesses over there. We want to remind our viewers you're watching CBS LA at 6, and we are watching the pursuit of what we have been told are armed suspects, or at least one.
We were in the valley, wrong side of the road a lot here, as traffic, as we pointed out, is heavy. Look at that, wrong side of the road. That LAPD officer, that's still the transit division officer that has been
well, that
involved in this for
LAPD
the entirety of the
officer,
chase. Still
I mean,
right behind
that's the
these two
first. They
suspects.
usually
And for our
back
viewers
off.
that are
He
just
has
joining us,
not
remember we
backed
told
off.
you,
He's been on his tail the
these are
whole
believed
time.
to be armed suspects.
But it's making him drive
we were
erratic.
told there are 2 people inside that were last
can't
seen
lose
wearing
him.
black ski
Not in this
masks.
traffic.
It's unclear.
You're
if
not
they're
gonna
still
lose a
wearing them,
chopper
if they've
this
taken
way
them off,
either.
or what that status is. But this was LAPD.
That's why I thought they were going
officer,
towards the airport.
Originally tried to stop this. It's unclear if they witnessed them have the gun, and that's why the transit division officer got involved. If this was, they ran the license plate and it came back that way. They're going into the residential area. You see those units right behind him.
They certainly are. They're right on his tail now.
Yeah, he's circling a neighborhood. This is in the area of Lucille Street, Jefferson Boulevard, off of Inglewood Boulevard. So we're kind of in that area now, coming back towards us here, which is good news for us. We'll be able to watch this for a little bit longer. But I mean, those transit division officers are right behind this guy.
And it makes you wonder when we think about Metro, about things happening on a train. But as we have heard, they ran the plates, and we don't have any indication that this was a stolen vehicle, because it makes you wonder, were they on one of the Metro trains or something and jumped out and hijacked this car and continued
No,
on
that
their
did
way,
not
but we
happen.
don't
Stop
have
making
any-
hypotheticals.
So that's who's in pursuit here. So I just wanted to clarify. When we're talking about
Newscasters
Metro,
just
we're not
always
talking about
talking
the
out there,
Division,
you
we're
know
talking
what,
about
man.
LA Metro's, the public transit company.
And this certainly has ramped up a bit, or amped up a bit, because
Yeah, look at that. That's going to be tough for that officer. So he got in front of those cars just as they were had the green light. The officer was not able to make that same turn. So there's a little bit of distance now. Certainly they'll catch up.
He has to know the chopper's
There's a
on
little
him.
bit of distance now. And I just heard them also request another additional. Oof, having to make that tough, hit the brakes pretty hard there as they're going through the intersection.
Cameraman did not want to get
catch
that.
up pretty quickly.
Well,
He's
know
lucky
what,
that car
we didn't-
saw him, though.
I
He
didn't ask
stopped.
you this. Do we have a chopper overhead?
Yes.
Law enforcement?
Yeah, there is an LAPD helicopter that's overhead right now.
All right, so they have eyes on them too.
And it looks like, CHP just launched their fixed wing from Fullerton.
She's saying that
as
because
well, so they'll likely come and keep an eye on
they had a
this.
chopper on this
We've been around
motorcycle
off the freeway
chase.
so many times, and we've pointed out, I mean,
And the
I've
police
been
lost
having
him, but the
conversations with
news
California
didn't. They
Highway
just
Patrol about
just
their
showed
new
him
fixed wing.
parking the
It's
bike
new.
and walking home.
They've been using it a lot
Crazy.
on pursuits, and the benefit of that is they
can
can fly
fly higher.
higher than the LAX airspace.
Yeah, these
and they're
chases have
not
been
susceptible
happening
to the
like
same
4 or 5 a
restrictions
day
that helicopters are.
in the
So
summer
it's
right now.
easier
It's
for them
crazy.
to get a little bit higher, keep eyes on this, whereas LAPD would likely have to pull off. But look at that, you got people on
I think
bikes.
he's about to
who's
get back on
blowing
the
through these
freeway right
intersections here.
Look how frightening that is.
Wrong side of the road again.
So close.
Yeah, and I'm
And
looking
no
at.
wonder they have CHP fixed wing up there. They really want to get this guy off the street.
Yeah, I mean he is driving very dangerously. We're kind of in like the Mar Vista Del Rey airship. This is the turn we just made. So this is the second time that he has come this way. So now where we are not going to be able to follow this much further. And obviously you see the buildings are starting to get in the way here. There's the driver still, I believe that's them right there, still hugging the shoulder. We're working to reacquire this. We obviously lost it. We're going to follow him through the best we can. Hopefully that fixed wing is close too, and they can deal with this airspace issue.
So he is going towards the airport.
Has been very problematic for law enforcement. I'll put it that way.
You know, it's interesting because you wonder, since he exited the freeway, he exited the 405 and drove around the Culver area on Inglewood Avenue for a little bit of time, almost circling, like maybe, you know, we've seen in previous chases that they may be looking for somewhere to bail or somewhere to dump the car. But now to get back on the 405 going south, again, headed toward LAX.
Yeah.
We don't really know the rhyme or reason here why he decided to get back on the freeway.
Right, and I thought for sure, as you pointed out, Pat, I thought when he came back to that second area along Inglewood Boulevard that he was going to try to, you know, get out, dump the car, or do something like that. And I don't know if it's because these officers have not really
stopped driving
given him the
erratic.
to do that.
He realized that wasn't working.
Pretty tight through all of it here in a little bit, and try to follow this through. But
the Oxnard, Van Nuys, and then
he did something very smart. They have their helicopter on the north side following him south, and then they have positioned a second helicopter to the south to pick him up right as he comes through. That way they don't lose him very much. And I'm trying to listen. It sounds like he may have gotten off on surface streets. We're hearing maybe Manchester.
Oh, so they don't know where he's at right here.
But SoFi?
Yeah.
In that area?
Yep.
For sure.
Inglewood.
But you know, the other thing too, I'm sure, Mike, is...
So we'll look for that. But in a neighborhood just to the east, we're definitely in the area.
We're still looking for him. Wow.
Here we come up at this intersection. That's obviously going to be very busy.
All right, so they got him right here.
Okay. And
that was tight.
He's taking chances.
So he did go through the LAX airspace, but
he's absolutely taking
now he's
risks
back
and
here.
chances here. You know, that's obviously putting the public in danger. I mean, that's why we bring these to you to begin with. And he's been very keen on staying on these kind of major streets here. We just made this eastbound turn onto this other major. This is on Slauson.
I was about to say that. I noticed one of the restaurants, of course, they're very familiar. And again,
she's a Nipsey fan.
Very busy. Slauson, you could run into, if he's headed back that way, the 90 freeway and try to make a transition back on the 405. Fast food. Now he's on the wrong side.
Back these officers are, because at this point, it does look like they're back there. Okay, so they're back there. They're here at a very bad time of day.
And you would think sometimes they do hang back so that the adrenaline maybe could slow down a little bit for this driver. We just passed some bicyclists there and running into even more businesses, and certainly doesn't seem to be wanting.
Slide to the east here. It's going to be on that. This is the flyover that you're looking at on top. And the suspect is down there. Keep coming to the north, things like that. So they don't have necessarily a geographical
back on the freeway.
area
like this
a
chase
Van
is going
Nuys division
on,
or
man,
North Hollywood
forever.
division or what have you.
He's
So
got to run out of gas. Speaking of that,
joined them.
in another
So now
chase
you've got
that happened,
Transit Division and Van Nuys division.
they fell back. The dude
that
got
are with this
another full
northbound
tank
here
of
on the
gas,
110
proceeded
freeway.
a whole other hour.
What do we think he's going to do? Commit to the freeway? Because, you know, I asked that question wondering, well, did CHP get involved yet? But no. Because they also
the CHP, they're probably busy on another chase.
And now just decided to
they
get
have
back on the
not
freeway.
wanted to get involved
And
in
we
this.
know how CHP doesn't love to get involved in chases if they're not already in it.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Wow.
No, that was too close.
Yeah, and you know, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if maybe they're going to try to potentially get into downtown. You know, that's kind of the way we're going now.
Or
you know, look, they've tried
downtown
LAX.
for sure.
They've done that. Maybe we're going into downtown, and I do hear them, Pat, now trying to. Okay, so they're really trying to narrow down on this. Okay, who saw them with the gun? What are they armed
Ran
with?
through that middle thing.
That they're really trying to get these officers to, as this wild driving. Ooh.
How's this helping?
Maybe swapping some paint there.
Yeah, how's this helping you get away,
Mike,
bro?
ask you this question. LA Metro Transit.
Yeah.
Are they equipped to do pit maneuvers?
Oh, yeah. Okay. So what happens with Transit Division, most of LAPD's Transit Division, they have officers that are assigned to transit, but most of the Transit Division officers, or a good chunk of them, are actually
really just like
other officers that are
sideswiping
picking up
cars.
overtime shifts. And that's how they've really been able to kind of sustain the Transit Division. So a lot of these guys are people, these men and women are from, other types of, other divisions, whether it be 77th, You've got that split between divisions here. Just picked all of the freeways.
Yeah, he's been
that are
through
the
every
busiest that
freeway
he can find. I mean, the 10, the 405, the 101. Look at that Crown Vic right on top of the guy, though.
All right, don't talk about that. You talk about that being an older vehicle.
Yeah.
But he's showing you, he's still got some muscle there.
And look at, we're exiting here.
Definitely went to downtown.
And I can't tell
That's his
what
next
exit
plan.
this is going to be. Maybe San Pedro. Okay, so now we're going to go northbound into downtown. Okay. And he is pulled into a parking structure, Pat, Olive and Hill.
Of course.
So he pulled into a parking
But they were
structure.
right behind him, right?
Yeah.
And they know that he pulled into the parking structure.
Yeah.
So that's going to be two guys.
Yep.
That were right.
Yeah. And that's the
Oh
airship's
man,
already saying,
okay,
hey,
well, there was more to this chase. There was definitely more.
10 freeway, and now we're back on the freeway, guys. Back on the freeway. LAPD was
So,
a full pursuit
I'm not
package,
sure when
now
this happened
chasing
during the
this
chase.
suspect,
But this happened during the
on
chase. Some bikers decided to
the
show
Harbor,
off.
Harbor Freeway, guys. You've got bikers now in the mix here.
To get in the
they
mix.
probably have no idea. Who knows? Maybe they do.
They definitely
but
do.
No helmets on those guys. They are coming very close to this suspect, and anybody who comes who encounters this suspect just has no eyes blaring that this is a dangerous driver that is speeding up the freeway and traffic in as well.
Those bikers, nervous.
Yeah, it had to be. But
Not
yeah,
sure
these
where
bikers-
those bikers came from in the chase. We did not see that. Maybe I fast forwarded it.
Northbound 110
They just came
freeway
out like
from
that.
Slauson.
Okay.
Look at that.
Heavy populated.
Hopefully, this will resolve itself pretty soon. And until
But anyway, I think he did get caught. Let me go to Google. Okay, so police immediately. Okay, the driver exited the freeway, entered a downtown LA parking structure. That was the plan. On Hill and 8th. Police immediately set up a perimeter around the parking garage and launched a search for the suspect. Police say multiple people inside the vehicle were detained, but officers are still searching for one additional person. So they didn't get everybody. Probably the driver. That's crazy. The driver got away? Alright, so I mean that's about all the information we have. I'm sure they ended up catching the last guy somehow, some way. But yeah, all these chases have been happening like non-stop. The heat is getting to people. It's frying people's brains. And this weekend is going to be the hottest record-setting temperatures there's been all year in a while. So, it's going to keep happening. That's why you got to keep it locked. Like and subscribe. I'll be back with more chases. I'm out.